Okay, so apparently I must have stopped it instead of, well, I paused it, but then I didn't know how to start it back up. I don't know. I don't generally do my videos like this with my phone. I just happened to be out here in the car, so I thought I would do this. But actually, and I just started a new video and I didn't say anything. I went on like you guys were with me with the other video. Anyway, this is the third video for the shares. I apologize for that, you guys. You know I'm not a professional and don't really know what I'm doing with this camera phone because, or phone camera. Yeah, I can't even talk now. But anyway, I was going to show you what I got at Goodwill. But before I do that, I forgot to show you that I picked up these little Easter cups. I don't really have a plan for them, but I just figured they might be a good thing to have. And then the other thing, I think it's under the pile of stuff. Yeah, I got these silicone, oops, there's no tissue. These silicone ice cube trays, which, you know, you can use those for a lot of things. I also got this one that's got the little bunny head. So I thought those would be kind of nice to have, too. Okay, so at Salvation, it's funny how this happened because I had no intention. This was Saturday morning, yesterday morning. I had no intention of going to Salvation Army. I was going to run to the Dollar Tree by the mall, and then I was going to go to Liz's to work on, you know, packing up stuff in the basement. And then Justin is working on his driver's license now. So I was, going to take him driving after that. But something was telling me to go to Salvation Army. So I did. And something that I have not been able to find in forever are teacups. But they had several. And the lady there told me that they have them all the time. Isn't that pretty? So I got this one. And then sorry, I'm trying to hold this and unwrap these one-handed. I got, there's the saucer. And there's the cup. So there's that one. And you know I'm going to use these for crafting. There's a lot of cute things that you can do with these. So there's a saucer for that one. And you notice I actually even found purple. There's the teacup. In really nice shape, too. So there's those three. And then I'm making a mess in the back of my car. Can you see that? Here I'm trying to sort through stuff and get it organized, and I'm making more mess. Okay. Whoops. So here's the next one. The little white flowers. And the little cup to go with it. They had some other ones, but I like the old-fashioned style like this that have the flowers and stuff. And there's this one. And here's the cup that goes to that. Of course, I'm going to have to wrap all these back up, take them into the house. But and then, what is this? Oops. I know there was a yellow one that I got, because you guys know yellow's not my favorite color, but it might be somebody's. So that was the yellow one I got. So I got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 teacup sets. And I rarely ever see any. I could not believe. I'm like going through there and I'm like grabbing, you know. But there were some plain ones. I left those. And then I also got, you know, because I'm in this doing fall arrangement mode, I thought this was cute. But I don't know what it is with thrift stores. They have gotten so expensive. This was what? $5.99. It's a good solid, you know, pot. And it's cute and everything. But you don't generally expect to pay more than, you know, $3, maybe $4. So I was kind of surprised how much it was. And then I just grabbed these little white flowers because, you know, you can color them and, you know, do all kinds of different things, even though I have a ton of flowers. Those were $1.99. And then I got this. I get out of the bag. this little, I thought that'd be cute to make a little arrangement in. That's not what I paid for it. I paid $2.99 for that. So yeah, so I ended up yesterday going to the Salvation Army, and then I went to the Dollar Tree, and then I went and worked down in the basement, packing stuff. There's like 2 or 3, zoom in, there's a bunch of bins. There's like those 2 in the back, and then those 2 there I also packed, but it's closed. But yeah, it's a never-ending process when you're moving. I'm trying to do little bits at a time so it's not overwhelming, and so I can find places to put stuff as I'm moving. You know, that's overwhelming as well. I'm paring down stuff. I'm getting rid of stuff. I'm going to be putting together, and I don't know when this will be, you guys. Hopefully, you know, you're still with me and, you know, we'll be around or paying attention when I do this. But I'm going to put kits together, and I'm going to pack those boxes that whatever fits, ships kind of thing. And they're going to be cheap. They're going to be real cheap because I just want to move this stuff. I just want to get rid of it. And I don't want to just drop it off at Goodwill or whatever if it's stuff that you guys can use. And I know to ship stuff now, it's gotten ridiculous at how expensive it is to send stuff. But I'm thinking it might be worth it because, you know, I'm going to put a lot of stuff in there as much as I can. And I'm not going to charge a lot of money for it. I'm not trying to make back what I put into stuff or what I think it's worth. Just, you know, a little bit for my time maybe, but it's going to be a steal. I promise you that. And it's going to be a variety of stuff. So when I get to the point of doing that, it's probably not going to be for quite a while yet because honestly, I'm still going through stuff. I'm still finding places for stuff here. We did decide to go ahead and use the craft space downstairs for my mixed media paints and all that kind of stuff in overflow. But I'm not trying to have a lot of overflow here because honestly, we're still trying to get rid of his late wife's stuff. So it's a process, you know, little by little, we're making the adjustment and transitioning, you know, into a new thing for us. But it's been great. I'm very happy. I love my job. I love my fiance, love my kids. I mean, I'm living my best life right now. I really am. Finally, at the age of 60, I'm living a good life. Things have changed at work. The administrator that we had left, and our home manager became our administrator. I love working with her. I can actually talk to her. You know, if we don't agree on things, we can talk about it, and that just makes a huge, huge difference. They're making another change. They tried something where we got a memory care life enrichment coordinator, which is I'm a life enrichment coordinator, which, you know, I do activities and a bunch of other things, but they were trying to get one that was just for memory care because when we're full, we have 60 some residents, memory care and assisted living, and it's just too much for one person to manage the life enrichment aspect of it. So they tried that. It didn't work for a lot of different reasons. And so now what they're going to do is they're splitting our buildings up. So they started out with 1 assisted living and 1 memory care. Then they added on and they got another building that was memory care and assisted living. So they're going to have me and my assistant that I have, which I don't even call her my assistant. I call her my partner because she's wonderful. We collaborate on everything. And I really feel like she's more of a partner than an assistant. Plus, she's been there longer than I have. She has a recreational therapy degree. She really could do my job if she wanted to. She just chooses not to. So she and I will have buildings 1 and 2, 1 assisted living, 1 memory care. They're trying to hire a new LEC, which is what I am, that will take buildings 3 and 4. And then that person will have an assistant whom they've already given that position to someone. We're just waiting to get an LEC. We had someone almost hired. Everybody thought she was going to be great. I liked her. I thought she was going to do a good job. When they offered her the position, she decided not to take it. So we're back to looking for someone for that. I guess they've got a couple people. I just realized I have something in the car with my address on it. I hope I didn't show it. Anyway, it's not my address anymore anyway. But anyway, they've interviewed a couple other ladies. They have experience with activities. I'm trying to find something to focus the camera on that's not just a bunch of junk. They have experience doing activities at other assisted living facilities, so I think that would be great. Maybe some things I can learn from them, you know. It's always good to get fresh new ideas, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to making the change. I'm looking forward to being able to concentrate more on, you know, just a smaller group of people. I wouldn't have to rush through my activity the first time with the assisted living and then rush over to start it with the next group. You know, I could take my time with that first group because I wouldn't have a second group. Yeah, so I mean, I'm thinking once we work all the kinks out, figure out how we're gonna do the transition, because I'm the only one that can drive the bus, and until that person gets their chauffeur's license and learns how to drive it, I mean, I'm still gonna have to drive for outings and stuff. So we'll have to figure all that stuff out, but in the long run, I think it'll be a good thing. I was going to say something else and I forgot what it was. But anyway, even though the changes are hard, we've gotten through it. And, you know, I'm trying to retire from this place. Like I said, I'm 60. I can't collect Medicare until I'm 67, I think. Right now I have insurance through work, which is wonderful. I mean, who has the best insurance? But at least, you know, it's paid for. I don't have to do that now. I just started. And I just don't want to have to start over anywhere else at this point in my life. You know, I want to finish working here and then, you know, be able to retire at some point. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The only thing that's hard about making this change is I love my residents. I love them all. And they're, right now, the people in the building that I'm not going to be with, they participate more. And they're a fun group. Not that the other group isn't fun too. I just don't have as many there that come. And also we're down, we've got like 3 vacancies over there, which, you know, we're working on filling. And it goes like that. You know, you ebb and flow. You know, for a while you're full, and then, you know, maybe you've got 1 or 2 rooms, and then it fills up again. So that's just the way it goes. But, you know, I'll miss doing activities with them. You know, I'm sure I can go over and visit with them. I can still see them. It's not like I won't, but it's just not the same as sitting down and doing an activity together, going on outings together. It's just that fun time that you spend together. You create a relationship and a rapport, and, you know, I won't have that with them anymore. And it'll be an adjustment for them too, you know, getting used to the new people and how they do stuff, if they're gonna have their activities at different times, or anyway, it's just change. But, you know, once you get through the rough parts of it, sometimes change is good, and I think this will be a good change. So anyway, basically that's where I'm at. That's what I've been doing. I really haven't gotten any crafting done. You know, I did that baby book that I posted that I was commissioned to make. I'd like to make some more of those to have ready for our craft show that we do in October at our facility. Honestly, I don't know if I'll have time. You know, I work all week. You know, I get home, it's pretty much time for dinner, and, you know, almost time for bed after that. I haven't even been getting my exercise in like I like to. But yeah, I mean, I've got all these plans for things that I want to make. I started doing those sun catchers with the embroidery hoops and the chicken wire, and then you make little charms to hang from them for sun catchers. I had wanted to get those done for the craft show last year too, and I think I got as far as putting the chicken wire on the embroidery hoop, and that's all I got done. The women's shelter that I make journals for, I ran into a girl from there last year at one of the expos I took my residents to, and we got to talking about my journals, and because she asked me if I was the one that makes them, and told me that they're out, that they could use more. So really I could do 20 more journals for the women's shelter, or even 5 more, you know. I mean, if I don't want to start with 20, but it's just a matter of having the time to dedicate to doing it, and I definitely want to do that for them. So when I'm able, I did get a new computer. I had talked before about getting a new computer. I did do that. Our internet out here still stinks. We have a satellite that works when it wants to, and sometimes not very well, even when it's working. We're hoping they're going to get the fiber optic out to us this summer. If they did, that would be perfect, because then it would be much better for filming and stuff. But I don't know if that'll happen or not. I mean, yes, I love living out in the country. You know, it's beautiful out here. Got those stupid turbines, but other than that, you know, usually out there by the road, there's bunnies running out there playing. Try to zoom out a little bit. But, yeah, it's a beautiful day today. But yeah, the price you pay for living out here is, you know, you don't have the best internet sometimes. So anyway, you guys, I know I've talked for quite a while, but I haven't really talked to you guys in a minute to update you on what's going on. Whoops, sorry, I almost dropped the camera. Update you on what's going on and what's been happening and where we're at. So anyway, take care. God bless. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me doing 3 different videos when I could have done 1. But that's the way it goes sometime. I guess this way at least they're shorter. So if you want to watch them here and there, it works for that. All right, you guys, take care. See you later.